What's up? It's Beastie from Croydon, South London. You're watching crowdcntrl TV. I think when I heard Late Registration by Kanye West, yeah, like my brother must have given me all the Kanye albums like when I was young, and I was listening to him, but like I wasn't really taking it in like that. And then one day, for whatever reason, like I listened to Late Registration and like I heard the piano on the intro track, heard him saying like it spoke to me in a mad way. Like it made me want to learn piano, it made me want to learn how to make music. And I can like definitely say that was the time when I was like, yo, I want to take this thing seriously, or like I've got a love for this that I didn't know I had before, innit? The name Beastie, it comes from actually my dad. He used to be on a TV show back in the 70s. He was an actor, and the name of his character was Beastie, Basil Eastie. And he passed away in 2019. And I was like, at that point in time, I was kind of going through it, whether I want to continue doing music or whether I want to like give it up or whatever. And I figured let me get like one last try, and kind of carrying that name with me kind of gave me the confidence to like keep on doing it, you know what I mean, or like push through any like hardship. So that was it. And I like the difference between the name Beastie is kind of aggressive, and the music I was making a bit more soft, melodic. So I kind of like that little dichotomy there. Croydon, growing up in Croydon is really funny because it's like, it's simultaneously like the middle of nowhere where nothing happens, but also like Gotham City where just like the maddest shit happens like 24/7. And like, especially getting to the point where I could like go out and go experience Croydon as like an adult, it definitely like shaped the music I'm making, because anytime you hear me like my harder stuff, my grungier stuff, or the punker stuff, that's like me trying to express like the beauty and the madness that is growing up in Croydon, and like the grime and just the UK rap. All my friends are just like the hardest rappers from in London, bro, in South, and all of that is like built up into me and the music I'm making and how I express myself and how I kind of feel like the city and the environment kind of is intertwined in how I want to get my music and my sound out there, you know. Do you know what's funny though? I feel like historically London, and I say the UK, but I can speak for London like because I'm from here, but London has been such like a cultural hub. Like there's so much music and so many different genres that have like come up from out of here. So many different cultures we've inspired and obviously we've adopted and stuff like that. Like even going back to the 70s and like lovers rock and going to like punk music and, you know, UKG and garage and stuff. And so the idea of kind of like making something that is just kind of the status quo was the idea of what someone should be making because they're from here. Especially nowadays, like I don't really know what that is, because London and the city in UK is just so eclectic, man. And you know, like growing up, I was exposed to all that music, and it was a part of the stuff I was making when I was trying to learn how to make music. And I saw the best results for myself when I kind of leaned into that. And so, you know, people weren't really messing with me when I was doing that stuff for my one. So I was like, people weren't like, I might as well just fucking go all the way in it. Like, just go fully into the stuff that I want to do. My influences, like the poppier stuff, the harder stuff, the rockier stuff, and just see what happens, because there's always going to be an audience for it. Because the UK, regardless of what people say, like loves music, loves bare types of music, and it always going to shine to the top, you know. First shit I ever dropped here, it was a beat, an instrumental on SoundCloud. I don't think it's still on there. It was called Life V2, because I was trying to replicate this beat that Jay Dilla made called Life. It was trash, like that shit would suck. But I might put it back up there, because I think it's like deactivated. But I made that in like my like college classroom, and I spent like 2 or 3 days figuring out how to chop the beat right. And when I kind of figured it out, like I was just so gassed. Me and my friends got gassed over it. We just posted it. But I mean, I've come a long way from that. That shit was not good, bro. Will Smith was a funny song because it was the second song I ever dropped, and when I made it, I was like really nervous about releasing a second song. I thought that like the fears would have gone away after dropping the first time after I dropped K, but it didn't. And I remember my mum, when I was making it, came into my room and she told me like, yeah, that song's gonna be your biggest song. And like, I didn't believe her. I didn't really think that people would really like it that much because there's not really a hook. There's not really anything particularly memorable about it. But people resonate with it for no reason. I don't even know why. And it's called Will Smith. Like, I wish there was like a deeper reasoning why it's called that. But I think it was literally just like, when I made it, he like slapped Chris Rock, and I like needed to save it and leave my house quickly, so I just named it Will Smith. And like, yeah, like my vocals on there, I'm singing on there. Like I was never a singer. Like, I've been a beat maker my entire life. I've always wanted to sing because like all of my favorite artists are like vocalists, and even my favorite producers are people that sing as well as produce. But I never really knew how to sing or knew if I could or had the confidence to, because I always was kind of quiet. It literally came from like the moment when I decided to go 100% to dropping this music thing and doing things myself, is that I was like, you know, I'm gonna have to learn on the job because I know what I want to do and where I want to get to, and I can't just like wait around for the perfect moment when I think I'm gonna like have my perfect voice or think that I'm good enough to be able to put my voice on a record or nothing. So I literally, yeah, like K was the first song I sang on, and it took bare long for me to get that right, but when I got that right, I was like, okay, so I can do my vocals be okay, you know what I mean? I can sing all right to a decent level. And I'm still experimenting with my voice. I'm still finding out my voice. Like, I still wouldn't call myself a singer, but I'm definitely excited to see like what happens in the next like 2-3 years in my singing journey, you know? I feel like I'm experiencing the same kind of excitement I had when I was learning how to produce. It's still, you know, like being bad and the trial and error of it still makes it fresh, and it kind of brings that kind of excitement to making music again. I feel like music and fashion, they're both ways that people are like finding a way to express themselves. Fashion, I guess, so more on the day-to-day, but I mean, you could even argue for music, because the artist is one way, you know, we kind of express ourselves by making the art. But I feel like the consumer really, and I can speak as a consumer, like I express myself through listening to music, and you know, pairing my outfit with a song I'm listening to on my headphones can really like change the trajectory of your day or really influence how you're feeling that day, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's like all forms of art are things that have been able to break through and shift culture and be abrasive, and you know, the fewer things have been able to do that as much as fashion and music, you know. I think that lobsters are top 3 creatures that live in the sea, and that's probably why my Instagram name is Fred the Lobster. It's definitely not 3, maybe it's 2 or 1, but lobsters are top tier, bro. Like a good lobster roll, you can't beat it. I feel like if anything, we're the aliens, no? Because the sea makes up most of the earth. I feel like they're probably looking at us like, what the hell are these, man? Like, what the fuck are these things doing over there? Like, so no, I don't think that. Shouts to the sea creatures, bro. Run Logan Run is about, what is it about? It was about kind of like looking inwards and like whether you're the one holding yourself back from being where you want to be, and kind of throwing that shit in the bin and fucking getting on with shit. Like, that song was like in progress for a while. Like, I want to say we had the demo sort of like a year before it came out, and I just had my boy Finn's verse on there, the Southside Finn. Shout out Southside Finn. And he laid that verse, and he had this hook on there, like, maybe it's me, not you. And I had that looping on the beat for ages, and I was like, this literally is what the song is about. Like, maybe it's me, not you. That's applicable to so many different things. Like, maybe I'm the problem, not you. Maybe I'm the one that has the talent to like break through and do the things that the culture needs to do, not you. Like, yeah, so it's all of that. It's about letting go, man. That sounds bare corny, but it is what it is. And I don't know why it's called Run Logan Run. I just thought it looked hard. Like, I wrote it down on paper and I was like, that looks hard. So that's why I called it. Both my parents are from Trinidad and Tobago. And they raised me on a lot of soca and reggae and jazz, soul, R&B, all of that. They're very eclectic people, you know. My mom used to model. My dad was an actor and director and a writer. So they were always in tune with like the arts and the culture, and they were always trying to push that upon me and my sister. And you know, my older brother was heavy into music, but specifically into US hip hop, and he put me onto like all of my favorite rap albums, like from the Kanye to the Jay-Z's to the Lil Wayne's, like to Drake, everything, you know. And so like I always try to honor that when I'm making my music, because it's kind of like just intertwined in me, and it's the reason why like I like so much stuff. Like even on K, I remember I really wanted to make a song that had a steel pan in it, because like Trinidad is like, the steel pan is like the instrument of Trinidad, and the main sound in that is a steel pan. I found like a sample of it and I was just like playing around with the chords, and I was like, I finally been able to like do this little nod to my heritage, to my Trinidadian background. So yeah. 2025, I'm looking to be, I just want to be more out here, man. We're dropping a new EP called Sophia. It's coming very soon, beginning of the year. We're planning a new EP come out after that, which I can't say much about. But also we're gonna plan my first live show, which I'm looking to do early next year, and just continue doing some shows throughout the year, and just like get this like get out there more. I want to like link up with people that like my music. I want to be collaborating more with more artists that kind of like doing a bit off kilter stuff. Want to just kind of make a name for myself a bit more in the UK scene, and just kind of like just keep on doing the stuff I think I've been doing so far. So yeah. What I think I want to like get across, or what I kind of believe, and what's kind of taken me like a few years to kind of like understand, is that like you're only gonna live once, and everyone has a perspective or an idea or a new way of looking at things. Like there's only been like the same amount of keys on the piano, but like look how many chords and how many like ways other people have voiced things throughout the years. Like everyone has something to say and something to express through that, and don't let the kind of rabble and the fear of being in this big city, or the fact that like everything is becoming so like commodified and kind of the life are getting sucked out of it, that don't let that kind of take away your right of expressing your art, your freedom, like expressing yourself, you know. And ownership. People are trying to take away our ownership. Stop subscribing to things. Buy your things outright. Buy your albums. Buy the music you love. Support your artists, man. Like, and artists out there, stop going to these gatekeepers. Make your own things. We have to stop it. Like, London is enough people that don't know enough about nothing. Let's put it back in our hands. Let's like take control of the things we want to do, man. So yeah, don't kill me.